Hello, welcome back. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mew, where the hell has this series been? In fact, where have any of your series been? What are you doing? Why is the channel dead again? Well, a couple of things. First of all, this game, MewBad Plus, has been, it's been dragging a bit, I will say. Just between you, just between you and me, viewers, okay? I don't know what the fuck these people are doing in this game, alright? So they're taking 3 weeks to do 1 turn, okay? I don't know what to tell you, okay? I don't know what to tell you. It's just let them do what they gotta do, okay? I don't know why. I don't know why it's like this, but it's been dragging a bit, okay? It's been dragging a bit. And then also, I just had some personal stuff I had to deal with in the background recently, so I haven't really had time to do video stuff. I have been trying to just do streaming stuff in the evenings so that, I'm still doing something, but I haven't really had time to do video stuff. But there is an Ulm series that's going to go up eventually. It's, it's there. It just needs to get finished off. So this series will, it will appear. I'm going to just try and put up like 1 video a week or something and hope it doesn't catch up too much. And then Ulm will be up at some point. And then I don't know about RimWorld. I might do a RimWorld series again, but I don't know. No one watches the RimWorld anyway, do they? Let's be real. So I might do something else instead. But yeah, but that's why, things are a bit slow. In terms of this game, MewBad Plus, up until this point, all of the videos you've seen were pre-recorded, so I just recorded them as the game was in progress. From this point on, I just have turns saved, so I haven't seen anything yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna, watch the turns that I've saved, and we'll just go through the game up to the point where the game is now. Which is fine. It doesn't change anything, except for the fact that there have been quite a few patches since this game started, which means that from this point on, the battle replays might not be super accurate. But, if that happens, it happens. There's not much we can do about it. It is what it is. So, there's the admin stuff out of the way. Just letting you know, updating you. So, glad that's covered. Let's get on with the turn then, shall we? This will be a refresher for all of us, because I don't remember what was happening in this game either. We start with a message from Yomi. Maybe they can clue us in. Yomi says, getting into 2 wars because I know I've got to be aggro. Was hoping to not have to fight large stack in at least one of the wars. It seems unlikely now. Hopefully I can kill Marv's god if he patrols. So yeah, I remember Yomi just lost a giant stack against Pironi. I guess that might happen against Marvoni too. Regretting taking Cold 2 instead of Heat 2. Moospel got owned by others, and now I can only move 1 province a turn with the Shikomi. Classic. Yeah, we saw what happened to Moospel. They had really unlucky expansions, so go well to them. Current research, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Gem income, blah blah blah. Very happy about the glamour income, which I'm turning into water kobolds with orbs. Going to try to trade away all my water for death, earth, and fire. Well, there we go. A few battles this turn. The ones involving Yomi seem to be the most interesting. There is a battle in Pironi where they break siege, so good stuff there. We also see Beratos. I think just... can't remember what this province is. Private swimming pool? I think it might just be a random ocean province, so... not super important. Another indie province getting cleaned up. Let's head over to Ziburia. We have Marvoni's army and god versus 1 Dione. Who wins this battle? Place your bets now. This guy does have heroic endurance, but a limp, so something to keep in mind. Currently has a stone bird orbiting around him. Very cool. There is also a priest here, which is pretty powerful. God is casting Flame Ward on people. Which makes sense because I believe all of his sacreds will explode. Are they auto-blessed in this battle? Which ones are the sacreds? I can't tell them apart, I'll be honest. Maybe there are no sacreds in this battle. There they are. Yeah, they're auto-blessed. So this must be in Marvoni's Dominion. I do, of course, remember that Marvoni's Sacreds explode. How could anyone forget that? Oh, and then the god flies in. Okay. Hits with Fire Breath. Probably not going to do much. They only retaliates. He only has been hurt a little bit, but not a lot. Dragon seems to have been hurt a lot more. Down to 99 hit points. Also has a limp and a never healing wound. More Fire Breath. I think these guys have tons of Fire Res, right? Oh, only 5, okay. I guess the Fire Breath might do a little bit of something. Oh yeah, it's hurting him a bit. Down to 45 hit points. Time for the Sacreds to start exploding. Just to help the Dione out a little bit. Dragon is down to 55 hit points. Dione is taking a lot of damage though, down to 31 hit points. They do have 2 forms though, right? It turns into a ghost, so... Still plenty of time for this battle to drag out. I'll speed it up a little bit, let's see what happens. I don't think anything surprising is going to happen other than who lasts longer. Dione looks very wounded, down to 7 hit points and routing, but still in the first form. Okay, now they're a ghost. What does that change? They no longer have encumbrance. 27 protection and ethereal. Keep the bless. Getting shredded now. Oh. There go a bunch of Sacreds. Dragon ends on 1 hit point. Again, we can't be certain that that's how things ended up though, because the battle replays might be a bit off now. But that's how it looked to us. Let's see, does the report differ at all? Not really. Yeah, a bunch of guys died from exploding. The Dione killed some, but ultimately died. So there goes another Dione for Yomi. A Hall of Famer, in fact. Pretty good Hall of Famer as well. Recovery. Interesting. So there's Zaburia. That is over here. So it seemed like Yomi wanted a good result against the stack. Is this a good result? I'm not sure. The Dione are extremely expensive and very valuable, so I think they have to do a lot more damage than just knock out a bunch of popcorn if they want to really, yeah, make it worthwhile. And then we also have a battle in Gnome Dark. So I think again this is 2 Dione this time though. So Fine Grained Sand, Heroic Toughness, that's a really nice one too. And this guy's not in the Hall of Fame though. Against not much, honestly. I thought this was a bigger stack than I think it is. It's a lot of cave cows and cave crabs though. Not many giants. I feel like Pyranny needs the big giant guys who hit for like 40 damage with the clubs, right? These guys? Only 4 of those. Although I think the little cavemen also hit kind of hard, right? 22 damage? I mean, it's something. Yeah, I think how well Yomi's going to fare against Pyranny will come down to how many giant dudes with clubs get into melee range. Will the acid from the grubs help? I'm not sure. Or the cows, or whatever is spitting. Cows. Let's see what happens here. I don't think the grubs are going to do much. The cows aren't going to do much either, are they? Oh, you're not actually melee. You're just a guy who's casting spells. So this guy's on advance and cast spells with some bodyguards. So these giants are useless. Just earth gripping the Dione while they just slowly kill all the other stuff. And now he's fallen asleep. So, oh, nope, he's away. So that one doesn't go quite as well for Pyranny. They lose 37 things. Yomi loses 1 caveman. The Diones get 34 kills. Yeah, not much else to see there, really. And that's it for the interesting battles. So let's see, what else was there? So there was Private Swimming Pool, there was Pyranny breaking siege, there was this battle that we saw. You've got Uber attacking Pyranny. They're finally moving out their giant stack, wherever that is. Let's move down. So, still no actual battles for Ubar yet. But they're grabbing a bunch of free territory underground now, so good for them. They even have a throne. So very nice. And so far it's only Yomi that suffered any losses against Pyrenees, I think. I believe that was the case. At Green Waters, we have Marverni attacking an underwater province too. Okay. I don't think anyone has attacked an underwater throne yet, if there is such a thing. I believe I did create a couple. At least one. I can't see it though at a glance, so maybe I'm lying. I don't know. I thought maybe there was one underwater throne. Or I think maybe it was possible to be an underwater throne. Maybe it didn't generate. That could be a thing. We'll see it eventually if it comes up. Nobville, we have Veritas attacking Barbs. We've got some Donis attacking Marvoni. It's just PD in this case though. Still, I mean it's a lot of PD, right? It's nice to watch the big giant Dione guys just chew through a bunch of infantry. Very nice. Where's that guy Ethereal? Oh, is it just mist form? Okay, that makes more sense. And then we've also got Geome, which is Beritos attacking Makoni, who is AI, of course. And finally we have a battle at the fortress in Makoni. Oh, okay. So Calum's storming the fort here. I believe they've tried this already, right? And it didn't go very well? I know that they've had access to Makoni's cap for a minute or two. See if they have any more success this time. Lots of Disco Bolus guys on the walls. Always great to see those guys. Mammoths charging in. Bunch of flying dudes landing on the back. They are surrounding these two huge gentlemen who are... I mean, they're reasonably geared out. This guy's just got his default stuff, but that counts as being reasonably geared out. Tempest Warriors, you know, not quite as powerful. I think they're all just going to die and not achieve much. Probably would have preferred it if they landed on the mages and not the guys with the giant shields and spears and armor. Mammoths are retreating. Horse archers not doing much. Looks like the infantry are routed too. Mages are asleep. Are they going to escape? They can fly away at least. Once they wake up. Oof. Yeah, not a great result for Calum. AI Makoni keeps hold of their fort. Yeah, that cost them all of those Tempest Warriors. Half the Raiders, some Mammoths. 2 mages of... Yeah, disappointing for Calum. I mean, they're extremely vulnerable at the moment. They've got all their junk just sat here dying. Femoria could quite easily clean them up, I think. I don't believe Femoria's been doing much yet. They could just swoop in through this tiny connection and take all this stuff if they wanted. Or Beritos could, you know, double cross them or whatever. Anyway, that's it for the battles this month. Let's just take a brief look around. Calum, yep, not up to much right now other than dying to Makoni, unfortunately. Yomi, in 2 wars. They're stretched a bit thin, and they seem to be losing quite a bit of stuff, but they do produce a lot of stuff is the thing, so I don't know if they care too much. Losing the Dione has got to hurt, but... I mean, people are still going to see the Dione and be a bit nervous. And, I mean, one of their losses was to Pyrenees, who's probably still not really... I mean, they're not long for this world, are they? And they probably hold up a lot better against Marverni. But we'll see how things go. Veritas, you know, broke Makoni's nose. And now he's just sitting back and claiming a pretty big chunk of territory, it must be said. Otherwise, you know, pretty quiet. Still taking neutral provinces. I imagine they just try to get blood hunting going now and probably secure these thrones. We'll see. Pyrenees, probably dead, let's be real. I don't think they're going to hold up against Ubar. I mean, Ubar might just sit here now for another 10 turns before they move in there. You know, if past behavior is any predictor of future behavior. But we'll see. As it is though, yeah, Pyrenees definitely struggling a bit. Very slow start for them if I remember rightly. Abyssia, also quite quiet. Possibly gearing up to try and take the Lord's Garbage. That's going to be difficult. That is one of the hardest thrones in the game currently. But otherwise, sitting back. Might also want to just try and get blood hunting going, I suppose. They do have plenty of routes to the surface if they would like to try their luck against somebody. There's also the Roost throne over here. Be interesting to see if anything comes of this. Marverni, yeah, Marverni, I mean, they have plenty of units everywhere. They're still taking independent provinces over here underwater. Got armies all the way through here. Armies in their cap. But they have been suddenly pulled all the way to the east here, haven't they? Sarah just took a fort off them, and Yomi's harassing them here. I think they'll be okay, but they probably need an ally. I'm not sure who that would be, though. Abyssia, Marverni, Muspelheim, of course, is long dead. Maconi long dead. Saro doing very well. We have this giant stack down here. And also have some nice alliances, if I remember rightly. Moria, very quiet, but also very strong position. And Kalem, Yomi, Baratos, Rus. Yeah, that's everybody, isn't it? Alright, there it is for turn 27. Hope that catches you back up against about where we are in the game. I'll just briefly go through the graphs just to remind us all. Provinces, Baratos and Saro in front. Ports, Saro and Rus. Income, Saro and Fomoria. Yeah, Saro's very big and strong at the moment. Gem income, it's Yomi and Fomoria. That's very good for Yomi, who's summoning tons of junk. Blood ink, oh yeah. So Abyssia definitely getting their blood economy started a little bit. Although that peak is the same as these peaks, so that might just be an event. It's hard to tell what scale the graph is on, you know? Yeah, that might be nothing just yet. Research, Saro, Yomi, and Russ. Again, Saro in the front, but Yomi also very strong. Good for them to have lots of gems and lots of research. Dominion, Saro, Russ, Marverni. Army size, Saro way in front. I remember they have a lot of skeletons and things though, as well as... Well, they have a lot of mounted units, right? Which I guess count as two things of quite large size, so... That might inflate stuff a little bit. Marverni, I think, is just raw numbers though. And, yeah, that's it for graphs. Alright, there's turn 27. Let's see what we see on turn 28. Hello, welcome back. Turn 28. Another quite quiet turn. There is a big battle between Saro and the best province in the game. But otherwise, pretty quiet. I just skimmed the reports. We'll take a look at the battles in a moment. Two messages first, though. Abyssia. Been slow for me lately, might be picking up. Been asked to join a coalition against Sarmatia. Interesting. I'm going to take part because I need to start making some moves to make up for my poor expansion. I mean, your expansion was fine if you ask me. East part of the cave's getting messy with Uber and Yomi. Yep. Don't want to get into that. Part of the war will be to squat on Saro's capital. Since it's a wide coalition, he will hopefully be spread too thin to defend against us. If I can get the cap and surrounding provinces, I'll consider that a pretty good outcome. Other coalition members have warned that I should take steps to stop Yomi from getting a foothold down here, but I'm not really sure what I can do about that. At least for now, Pyrenees seems to be holding out. Yeah, probably not for long though. Mostly against Uber though. Uber getting close is also concerning, so I'm going to try to keep my commitment to the Saro War low enough that I can prepare for my eastern front. I now have construction 3, almost at Evo 5. Next I'm going to get some summons. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they probably hold up pretty well against Ubar and Yomi, right? Baratos then. This time I've been doing a lot of diplomacy. I haven't to ask Marverni how things are going. Told me they were attacked by Yomi and Saro. I really don't want either getting any bigger, but I only bought a Saro. It seems like Yomi is fighting both Marverni and Pyrenees. So I went and got a coalition together. Ah, so it's Baratos doing this. All told, it has me, Marvoni, Femoria, Roos, and Abyssia in it. This is a ridiculous number, and I think it unlikely any of us get much territory at all, but I don't really want to fight a big, costly war. By the time I get my blood economy started. And I'm hoping that this coalition will make me less of a target to others. I already took quite a bit of land from Maconi, after all. Well, there we are. Pretty big coalition forming against Sarah, apparently. I'll look through all these battles briefly. But first, let's look at this one, which I think may have been a throne. Oh yeah, I remember. It's the Yamabushi throne. Yeah, I don't remember what throne this is, but I could be wrong. I think the best province in the game is one of the wormhole provinces too, right? Or maybe it's nearby. This shouldn't be too difficult for Sarah though, right? I mean, the Yamabushi's hit pretty hard, and they have pretty good attack, right? Yeah, 18 attack. But they're going to waste time getting through all these skeletons first, aren't they? What a nether bolts too. Very cool spell. Not very accurate. Oh, there we go. Hell yes. And then we've got the lodge. What are these guys called again? Oh, yeah, Partas. Yeah, it is a lot of Yambushis to get through. They are pretty lethal. But we've got some stuff on attack rear though. Already making a mess of the back lines. It's mostly skeletons dying to Yamabushis, it looks like. Oh yeah, Partas might struggle a bit here though. But should eventually win. Attack rear seems to have broke things pretty quickly. But there we go. I think that's another throne for Sauron. Let me just check that. Best province in the game. It is the weird wormhole province. Very good. So they now have a big border with Veritas. So they border Veritas here and now here as well. And it's the Throne of Fire. So, kind of a nice throne, actually. Gets you into fire, which... does Sarah have that? I don't think they do. These are F3 mages. And it gives their blessed troops +2 attack skills. That's really nice. So, very good one. This is a great province as well. 25,000 pop. Yeah, really nice province. You could say it's the best province in the game. What else do we have? So, Maconi... Oh, this is AI Maconi breaking siege against Calum. Successfully, it looks like. Oh no. So Maconi is free once more. Or Calum has been pushed off. Possibly not expecting the AI to be smart enough to break siege against the handful of things still sieging. Poor Calum. We then have Shadow Sea. Very small province for Yomi. Single huge tree. This is also a throne. What was happening here? So that is a big Marvoni force just moving in and taking that off Yomi. Best province in the game. Shem next. What was Shem? Random die only taking a Pyrenees province. Looks like he's been raiding over here in Gnome Dark. Or not raid. What's it called when you pillage? She's been pillaging in Gnome Dark. So that's pretty good for Yomi because it blows up the unrest as well to give chaos power, right? I think you guys have chaos power. I don't know. I think the little goblins have chaos power certainly. Yeah, these guys do too. So it gets them some money and some unrest. Otherwise we have... Oh, it looks like Ubar did actually move straight onto Pyrenees cap as well. So I think that's going to be very difficult for Pyrenees to defend against, but we'll see. I mean, these guys are just going to immediately fly onto the back. And they're going to be very hard to deal with. A lot of Pyrenees stuff already has quite poor attack, doesn't it? And then on top of that, those guys are invisible and ethereal, so... It seems like a horrible thing for Pyrenees to have to deal with. Zaburia, we have... Yomi attacking Marvoni and getting defeated, but that's not much of an army as far as Yomi is concerned. Worldwide event, heat is unusually severe, and some barbarians attacked Nom, attacking Saro. So it looks like the independent barbarians have also joined the coalition. Your days are numbered, Saro. Saro still has something sat here at itsmuuuuuu, unfortunately. Well, that's it for battles this month then, and probably not much change then, other than what we know is about to happen. But let's check Saro's borders. That might be interesting. So we know that some people are going to be attacking Saro. He has a very little force over here, and what he does have is tied up itsmuuuuuu. So all of these things walking over can probably just take these forts. I assume that's what Baratos is going to do. Rus could try and contest Muspelheim, I suppose. Especially if he could just sit here and wait for a second while Saro pulls up to defend against Baratos, and then just grab this for free, which would be quite funny. But Rus has quite a big border with Saro. They need to be careful though, there is like giant stacks here, so they're pretty vulnerable from their west, aren't they? Let's keep following the Saro border around. They now border Baratos here, but I don't think that's going to be relevant. Although, technically these stacks could go that way now, which is pretty funny. And that's where, that brings us into contact with Marvoni. I mean, who did he say was in the coalition? It does include Marvoni and Femoria, plus Rus and Abyssia. I think that's all of their neighbors then, right? Bodden Weald, so... Again, a lot of this stuff is pretty undefended at the moment. Some stacks here to defend if Femoria attacks, but yeah, they'll have a really easy time taking Dawnland probably. That's completely empty. They can just move this stuff direct from their cap. Oh, Rus has a ton of Draconians as well over here, so that's another direction Rus can come from. And let's see the cave. So, Abyssia, their job is to take... I see. So they're going to go through this cave. I need to be careful here, there's only 46 supplies, so... they're going to starve a bit getting here, but I guess they're going to pop up here and then just sit on Saro's cap. Okay. Yeah, it can be very difficult for Saro to defend against that. I mean, they can't defend against that, right? They have to do Diplo immediately, as soon as they start getting attacked. Or they just, you know, they say, welp, and just defend their thrones for the rest of the game, which is what I usually do. I guess we'll see how things shake out. Anything else interesting in the world right now? I mean, we just looked last turn, but I mean, I guess most people are going to be walking towards Saro then. Kael's going to be walking back towards Makoni's cap, I imagine. Where's Yomi at the moment? Not really sure what Yomi's stuff is doing right now. He did have a stack, I think, here that's moved to Yomi. So I guess just sending stuff over here towards Marvoni still. Oh yeah, he's sieging this fort as well. So imagine these two guys will still mostly be focused on each other. And Marvoni is already at war with Saro technically, so not much change for them, is there really? Alright, I'm happy with that then. 128. So there we go, finally another video in the Mubai Plus series. Hope you are still enjoying it. Well, I guess I'll try to start doing more videos. I'll just try to do like one a week at least. And if it catches up to the live game, that's just unfortunate, I suppose, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. Hope you're enjoying it still. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.